Hello Year 11 and welcome to another exam paper walkthrough. This is your third and final geography paper, and this year you'll be sitting it on Thursday the 12th of June. Now paper 3 is slightly different to paper 1 and paper 2 because it's fieldwork and it's your pre-release as well. At the time of making this video, we do not know what the pre-release is going to be. We do not know until Friday the 21st of March, where we are able to open the packs and see what topic they have given us. But I want to talk you through this paper so you know what to expect. You'll be given a pre-release booklet. Some of you were given these over the summer for a previous one. It is just a booklet of information. And we all spend time in lesson going through this booklet. You have a copy to keep at home, and then you'll be given a fresh copy in the exam. Now, amazing that we get that copy, but obviously it doesn't have all of our annotations on. So we need to be really familiar as to where the different pieces of information that we might need in the exam are within that booklet. So you need to spend time reading it, going through it. So the first section, issue evaluation, they call it, is where you use your pre-release booklet to answer these questions. So there's some data on there, some skills, introduced to a 6-mark question pretty quickly. So suggest how brownfield development could help to regenerate urban areas. You've looked at brownfields before in urban issues, but in this pre-release booklet, it will also give you some information on brownfields. So you need to bring in that information from the booklet, but also applying it to what you already know to help you answer this question. You will be lifting information out of the figure, but remember, for a 6-mark question, we need to make sure that we're using phrases like this means that, and we're explaining exactly how brownfield development is going to regenerate urban areas. Moving through then, another 2-marker, a 6-marker is asking you to discuss the statement. Few more skills questions with a 4-mark question, another 2-mark question. So you'll see these marks are split up quite a lot before we get to our 9-mark question. Each year we usually are quite good at using the information to kind of predict what this 9-marker is going to look like. And it's usually, should something be built or to what extent, evaluate that higher level skill. 9 marks, 3 for SPAG, so we need to make sure that we're using our capital letters, our full stops, commas, and that geographical vocabulary throughout. It's asking you to use evidence from the resource booklet and your own understanding. Again, it's not going to be enough just to lift that information out of the booklet. We're explaining it, this means that, but then linking it back to the question. Will it be a sustainable settlement? And we need to do that throughout each of our PO paragraphs. Okay. So questions 1 to 3 require the use of the pre-release booklet. You'll then move on to the next section, which is fieldwork. Now, the first section on fieldwork is not fieldwork you have done. So they are giving you examples of fieldwork that could have been carried out and asking you questions on it. You are not going to bring in your own fieldwork data to answer these questions. So we've got a couple of skills questions there. Again, I mark this paper every year for the exam board, and people miss out these questions. Please make sure that you are answering them. It's asking you to suggest some conclusions from the data. Again, so very skill-based here. Skill question there, math skills, completing the bar chart, multiple choice. Now it's bringing in a different fieldwork study. This was very poorly answered in the summer because people didn't see it. Before bringing us on to a 4-mark question. To what extent does the data shown in figure 6 support the original hypothesis? So you're going to pick that data out, you're going to go back to the hypothesis, and you're going to help explain your answer there. Now, so that's questions 3 to 4. Then question 5 is your own fieldwork experience. Okay, so for one of your geographical inquiries. So this is where you will either bring in your physical geography inquiry, which was Barlaston Downs and looking at how river characteristics change downstream, or, as it specifies here, your human geography fieldwork inquiry, which is when you looked at regeneration in Hanley. Key parts of the question, and these pretty much come up every year: risk assessment, data presentation technique, so how you actually displayed your data once you collected it, data collection methods, so what you did, but note here again, it says physical geography, so you must write about your physical geography, otherwise you're not going to access those 6 marks. Before the very last question is a 9-mark question, and it's asking you to discuss both your results and your conclusions. Now, what is nice here that they've said for one of your fieldwork inquiries, so you can choose whether to do your human fieldwork or your physical fieldwork, but you must stay focused on one. Again, 3 marks for SPAG, making sure we're using our capital letters, commas, full stops, also that geographical terminology to make sure that we are picking up those 3 SPAG marks. You leave this question blank, you actually lose 12 marks rather than just that 9, but I know that none of us are going to do that. We are going to have refreshers, obviously, on fieldwork. We're going to have lessons on pre-release when the booklet comes out. So this is just more of a how to answer this paper, but at the moment, not so much that you can actually do to revise for it, other than recall what you did when you went on your fieldwork at the end of year 10, which will be handing out your data again, because it may be that you have lost that data, and spending those lessons going through it. Arguably, I would say the easiest paper, the nicest paper, because you've got a pre-release information booklet and it's also based on your experiences. So there are no excuses here not to answer every single question. And I think that we can be really, really successful on this paper because it is slightly easier and is less marks available, but you still get that hour and a half just like you do for the other papers, which is really useful. Again, you can access these papers online. The fieldwork section and the first one of that, where it's the unseen fieldwork and your actual fieldwork experiences, are really good practice. So you can see the types of questions that are being asked and also to help you apply your fieldwork experiences to these questions. As always, any questions, come and see your geography teachers. If you want us to go through any answers or you need a little bit of a refresher on your fieldwork, then come and see us and we will help you with that. Thank you.